Welcome to juliemangotv. My name is Robin Bourne. Today we are getting to know the multidisciplinary artist Caleb Grandoit. Thank you for joining us, Caleb.
Thank you for having me.
No problem. We're gonna get into the nitty and gritty, get a little background on you. So, to start, tell me a little bit about your Haitian heritage.
Well, my parents were both born in Haiti. My mom's from Gonaive, and my father is from Port-au-Prince. And then they had me in Florida in 1998. I was raised in both Florida and New York, and yeah, my Asian heritage comes from my parents.
Okay, so how did that Haitian heritage factor into your upbringing, both in New York and Florida? And did you see any differences between the two environments?
I think like I didn't really notice like Caribbean culture in Florida. Like basically everybody was just black. Um, and like it was I want to say like I really started noticing like the differences in cultures once I moved to New York, um due to seeing more Jamaicans, seeing more Trinis, people from Guyana, et cetera. But yeah, in Florida, I mean, my culture necessarily like I noticed culture more so in church, like just going to a Haitian church and seeing all the Haitian families there. But like in school, I would say like I'm pretty sure like they were Caribbean kids, but like I didn't really notice that yeah until I moved and seeing like the different foods people eat, the different having to know like every accent isn't a Jamaican accent. Yeah, I was very naive as a kid, very naive, thinking that patois was just strictly Jamaicans and not knowing like oh there's different. Um, yeah,
Dialects.
exactly. Yeah,
Hmm.
very naive kid.
It's okay because we move, we learn.
Yep,
you
yep,
said you said that you struggled with your Haitian identity and language as a child. So has that
yep.
changed for you throughout your adulthood?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as a kid, like I said before, the two worst things to be were Haitian and African. At least, at least where I, at least that was true to me in my experiences and growing up. And yeah, so I didn't really want to tell people I was Haitian. And then at home, it was a thing of being made fun of like not being able to speak Creole as having the same accent as my parents, being that they're from, that they're born and raised in Haiti. So
Hmm.
then I would start speaking Creole, and at school, not even wanting to embrace that identity. Um, it took a toll on me learning the language for a long time. And then finally, like when I became a teenager, diving into the language and learning it more and having to play a character that is Haitian, maybe learn the language even more. So it's definitely changed and way better than when I was a kid.
Hmm. And then you said that you finally went to Haiti
Yeah,
while, again, trying to learn more about your identity and your culture and your language. So
yeah.
tell me how that experience was for you your first time going back home.
It was it was amazing. Um, I just remember like that the air being different.
Hmm.
You know, um, like not necessarily um, feeling like an outcast, but feeling like an outcast at the same time, which was weird. Um, yeah, like me. It was me actually realizing that the first time where it was like, "Yo, you're American," was put on me. Like, but at the same time, like you're Haitian, so it was like weird, like trying to like get in that balance. But no, it was an amazing experience. The food was amazing. Seeing clear water was another amazing experience. Hearing the music so lively. Um, yeah, it was nice.
Did you get to visit any of the beaches when you were there? When you
Yeah, yeah,
said the
yeah,
clear water?
yeah. When I
So,
on the last like that those last 2 days I was there, I went to the beach.
so compare it to the beaches in America.
Um, nothing
Can't
like it.
even.
Yeah, nothing like it. Just like I know, like it's like salt water, but it didn't feel like salt water. Just because it was so fresh and
Mm.
clear. I'm keep saying that clear, clear, like no trash in the water. Like,
It's very true because literally, like you said, the air is so different. The minute I get off the plane in Jamaica,
mm,
just gotta breathe
mm-hmm,
because it's so different. You can
mm,
feel the breeze off of the water coming its
yeah,
outer body.
yeah,
When you're living in a place where it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go swim in these people's dirty lake.
mm-hmm, yeah,
So I completely agree with you.
yeah,
Okay, so moving on from your background a little bit, I want to get into your artistry.
mm,
So, just to remind people, you are an actor,
mm,
a writer,
mm.
director, dancer, and you're a poet. How does poetry play into all of these different aspects of your multifaceted life?
I feel like poetry is kind of like the frosting on the cake.
Mm.
Um, it like it just blends into everything. So um, because like dance is a form of poetry, but it's just like with your body. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Acting is a form of poetry with your words and character and storytelling. Or like poetry itself, it's you using your own words, put it on a page and make it creative however you want to be. Like I found like again, poetry was me finally being able to put my dancing visuals onto the page. Um, and yeah, like poetry allowed me to figure out my type of screenwriting because
Mm-hmm.
screenwriting was very hard for me to discover, and poetry kind of let me find like that blueprint I needed to to be able to be able to dive into screenwriting.
And you said your one of your poems is what led to your first short film years after it was even written. You want to talk a little
Hmm.
bit about that process for you?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize how like the structure of my poem was literally a film itself, like
Mm-hmm.
having three three central topics. Those topics being able to transfer that to characters. It was just so simple for me, like being able to like bring the characters, and like the characters is what makes the story. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so once I had that down, um, the story and the movie came. Yeah, it was very. I know I'm making it sound like so simple, but it was. Once I found out like everything was there.
Honestly, I feel like any artist or creator who's watching this is gonna know exactly where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Because it's like it doesn't come instantly, but it comes naturally when it comes
Hmm.
to your creativity in a sense. I feel you 100%.
Yeah.
So we did touch on this a little bit, but I'm going to
Hmm.
just go back in, okay? Only Seen is Three. That was your debut directorial project. And it tackled
Yeah.
a lot of stereotypes with Black men in America. We just touched on it a little bit. But as a writer and a director, what kind of stories do you want to tell as you grow your craft? Because you started off in a great place. But
Mm.
what else is working in that mind of yours?
Um.
Come on, I gotta know.
It's. I mean, I want to write about like every and anything. You know. I
Mm-hmm.
know I want to talk about like. All right, so like this new thing I'm writing that I'm collaborating on with a friend. It deals with depression and being Caribbean and just like black men and depression and being Caribbean. Like that's not something that we see a lot, and
Mm-hmm.
nor do we talk about. Um, so yes, something like that, stuff like that. I want to talk about. I want to talk about like just faith in general. Um, being young and, living in a world that's constantly crazy things are constantly going on a daily basis. And is it possible to have faith in just anything, no matter what religion, what
Mm-hmm.
spiritual thing you believe in? Like, it's just possible to have faith in something, you know. Because if I really want to go there, like I feel like it's easier to believe in nothing than to believe in something. Um, so yeah, those are the type of stuff I want to write about. Um, I want to talk about love, seeing love on screen. Um, I feel like that's something like that's kind of hard for me to write about. If I'm being
Why is it
complete,
hard?
um, I don't know. I don't want to sound cheesy and corny. If I don't know,
Love, honestly, I think love is its best when it's cheesy and corny and just over the top. Like,
yeah,
people want to put love in a box, but what benefit do you get out of not showing every aspect and every great thing?
yeah,
And I mean, some of the terrible things about love, but
yeah,
you got to dive in deep.
yeah. I
I
mean, but
definitely,
yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
no, yeah, I just want to write about everything that that I experience as a human being. And
Mm.
that's true to me. Um, that's true to my people, and that we all can relate to.
Is your art very therapeutic for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's helped me um, with times of being low. It's what helped me like finish school. Um, yeah, it's what helped me find my balance in life. Definitely.
When you were in school, was your major art based or was it something
It
completely
was art
different?
based first. I was a theater major first,
Okay.
and then my school, it's weird, they weren't providing the classes all the times for that major. Like it was
Hmm.
like every other semester they would have a class, so I ended up having to switch my major to African diaspora. But I love history, so
Mm,
it was fine. And then my minor was theater.
okay. So I mean, it works out for you either way because you're getting that education from both sides because you are part of the diaspora, whether it's the African diaspora and the Haitian diaspora, if you get more specific.
Yeah,
So definitely, that's probably influenced a lot of what you do creatively, right?
exactly. Yeah,
I love it. Okay. So anybody who is watching this should recognize you. Like, you're on Grand Army. We all watched it. We were locked up in the house watching it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
How are you finding having a balance between being a creator but also being an actor? Because you must have been busy.
If I'm being completely honest, I never wanted to be a writer.
Oh.
Never wanted to be a writer. It was because of um, being an actor why it just naturally happened, um,
Mm-hmm.
because I wasn't getting as many acting opportunities as I wanted. And I was like, well, I can't do anything. I can't just sit home and not do anything. Um, I know I have a lot of stories in my head, like, and I basically already wrote poetry, and I kind of did used to write stories as a kid. Like I used to write books. Um, So like I already know I have this talent. Why not tap into it?
Mm-hmm.
And in high school, like the type of theater I did was all improv based, and like us as students created the play. It wasn't like the teachers creating the play. We created the plays ourselves. So that already being in me, it was just like natural. Like, oh, let me just write this on the page. Like what's coming to my mind. But yeah, I never wanted to be a writer.
But you were clearly called to it. I hope you know that.
Yeah, yeah,
Because in every aspect, it comes back.
yeah.
Okay. If there was any show or movie franchise that you would want to be a part of,
Hmm.
give me your top, your first pick or your top three. You choose.
Ooh.
Even if it's something that isn't currently running, like it could have ended, but like, okay, there's gonna be a surprise season and you get to be in it. I'm gonna give you that because that's a wide spectrum.
Hmm. Mm, okay. I would love to be top of my head popping. I would love to be in Lovecraft Country.
Mm.
I would love to be in that. Um, my dream has always been to play Malcolm X.
Wow, dream
Um,
big, yes.
and I like Dear White People. I would love to be in that show. Um, I wouldn't mind being in Blackish. Um,
Yeah.
that movie that Spike Lee did recently, the um, what was it called? The Five Bloods. I
I
would
actually
have
haven't
loved to.
watched that yet.
I would have loved to been in that film. There's so many.
Mm-hmm.
We could talk about what was that? Regina King film, One Night in Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Um, then there's Euphoria, great
That's a
show.
big one. Oh, I can only
Um,
imagine.
yeah, there's so many. I know you said three, but I can go on and on.
That's fine. You good.
Yeah,
Now, when I'm watching those things, I'm gonna be thinking about you, imagining you as a character in those
yeah,
shows and movies. Boy, that's a pretty good list, though. That's a pretty good list.
yeah.
So before we wrap up, let's go 5 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
What does your life as, again, I'm gonna mention multidisciplinary artist,
Mm-hmm.
what is that gonna look like 5 years?
Great question. Um, definitely would have. You know, I want to say I would have like three more projects out by then, for a
Okay.
fact. Um, yeah, 5 years. I'll be what?
And 5 years isn't that long, when you really
I
think
know
about
it's
it.
not. I feel like ever since I reached 20, like life has been just
Mm-hmm.
like that. But yeah, I want to say I'm gonna just go big. I will have an Oscar.
Talk it.
I'll have an Oscar by then. Um, I'll fully like like there's writers what their thing is, like Spike Lee, like his thing.
Mm-hmm.
Even Issa Rae, although it's very early in her career, like what her thing is. Um, yeah, I want to say in 5 years you will know what my thing is. Um, but oh, Caleb, like that's his niche, that's his type of film.
I
That's
love it.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah,
Your style is definitely gonna come out and we'll be able to look at it and be like, ah, that's Caleb.
yeah, yeah,
That's my
yeah,
friend from back in the day.
yeah.
Yeah,
Facts
so we're friends now, just so you know. But yeah.
for sure, for sure.
I love that. Yes, definitely three more projects.
Hmm.
I will be holding that to you. Admin will be in contact with you. Hey Caleb, so are you done yet?
For sure, for
And
sure,
we're gonna have to talk about it
for
because
sure.
you're hiding a lot, but I'm gonna get some stuff out of you eventually
No,
about
no, no,
these
for sure, for
projects.
sure. I mean, if I'm being honest, I already have three projects like
All right, boom.
like written, just not finished.
All right.
Yeah,
So put it out there, talk it. I
yeah,
like it.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, well, that is all for me right now. Thank you so much for joining me, Caleb. I
Thank you.
really enjoyed this conversation. And thank you to the viewers for watching Julie Mango TV. Subscribe to our channel for more conversations with Caribbean filmmakers. See you next time. Again, I'm Robin Bourne. Bye, y'all.